Hey Tribe, welcome back to Key Intuitive Mind Podcast, where we are here to heal, learn, love, grow, and uplift one another to be the best versions of ourselves on our spiritual healing journeys. And before we get into today's video, please make sure to hit that like button. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button. And please make sure to hit the bell notifications to get updates every time that I post a new episode. All right, so let's jump straight into today's episode, which is going to be about, are you a chosen one? I'm going to give you 5 signs to know if you're a chosen one. Now, I feel like a lot of people in the generation that we're living in today feel as if they're chosen or called to do something. But it's two totally different things, to be chosen and to be called. There are a lot of people that's called to do something, and then there's only a few people that's chosen to do something. And actually, that's a scripture in the Bible, which is Matthew 22:14. Many are called, but few are chosen. And that basically says, like, all right, just because I was called here to carry out a mission, that does not mean that I was chosen and assigned to be the one to deliver the message that needs to be delivered. There's a lot of lost people nowadays because everybody is putting a fake narrative on spirituality and what they view it as. See, me on the other hand, I really don't give a fuck because I don't have a narrative or I don't have any type of image to maintain or uphold. So I give shit real and raw how it's supposed to be given out. So when I talk about chosen ones, because I consider myself a chosen one, and I didn't choose this shit, it chose me. And I didn't wake up one day and was like, oh, I'm chosen by God to do something. Like, literally, the things that I have been through in my life has assigned me to do these things, like has assigned me to help people, to motivate people, to inspire people to be the best versions of themselves. Like, this shit right here is not easy. It's not something that you want to wake up one day and say, hey, I want to be chosen to do something, because my entire life I've been going through trials, tribulations, ups and downs all around. I had to learn everything that I know the hard way, but the knowledge and the wisdom that's in the inside of me was instilled in me. I was born with this shit. I don't have to fake this. I don't have to put on a facade. And I feel like nowadays with social media, a lot of people is putting on a facade about how they view spirituality and how they view chosen ones, because all of a sudden everybody is a chosen one. Nah, that ain't how that shit work. Like me, for example, like, and I can only compare myself to the situation. So me, for example, like, I always, since I was a kid, had a sense of purpose. Like, I never knew what I was supposed to do, but I know I was supposed to do something great. And getting to where I'm at today, it was a journey. It was a journey. Like, I had a rough childhood. I had a lot of things that I had to experience and I had to go through. I had to learn lessons the hard way. I'm actually human, so I make mistakes. A lot of people feel like because you're on a spiritual journey, you can't make mistakes. But all of that shit that I went through in my past built me up to who I am today. Why I'm sitting here, why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I felt like I was called and I was chosen to do something great. So I'm not, debunking anybody that say, hey, I'm a chosen one, this, that, and the third. I've been through this, and I've been through that. But sit here and think about it. Like, it's not easy. Ain't shit easy about this journey. Ain't shit easy about being a chosen one, because we get the shitty end of the stick. Like, we always end up being picked last. But just because we're picked last by man does not mean that we're going to get picked last by, the higher power, whatever you believe in, because everybody believes in some different shit. See, like I said, me, I'm spiritual. So my beliefs is my beliefs. I ain't trying to push my shit on nobody, but I believe that I don't have to seek the approval of individuals and man for me to feel like I'm on a journey and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, because I am the author, the creator, and the editor of my own story. So every day that I wake up, I make this shit up as I go. And that's okay, because we're humans. So being a chosen one, like, sadly, it's a rough journey. From the time you were a child, 9 times out of 10, you done experienced some fucked up shit. And don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up about the things that you done been through in your life and the things that you will continue to go through, because, like I said, it's a journey. And a lot of people want to skip the process and get straight to the destination, and that ain't how this shit work. You're going to have to get processed and then get to where you need to be. So every day you're going to wake up and make mistakes. Every day you're going to wake up and do things that you don't like as much. It is what it is. The purpose of it is for you to learn from your mistakes and continue to move forward. But that does not mean that you're not a chosen one. We are not perfect human beings. There's not one perfect person on this earth. So don't beat yourself up if you don't know what direction you're going in, if you don't know what's happening in your life. Because me personally, like right now, I don't know what the fuck is happening in my life, because it seemed like you get to a level and then you get knocked back a couple steps. So you back at where you thought you had grew from, and you end right back up in that exact same place. But it's cool. It's life. It is what it is. Continue to push forward. I got this. I'm going to figure it the fuck out mindset. So back to the shit. Anyway, like I was saying, being a chosen one, I mean, it's just one of those things where if you know, you know. Like, it's something in the inside of you. And it's like, not only is it in the inside of you, like, your energy is so bright that even when you don't try to portray to be who you were meant to be, it shows. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like, if you just attract people just out of nowhere and you're not even trying, you have no intent, whatever the case may be, like 9 times out of 10, you a chosen one because your energy is so fucking bright that people see that shit from a mile away. I could be in a store looking mean as fuck, not wanting to talk to anybody. And I kid you not, people would just come up to me and start a conversation with me. And, you know, sometimes I don't be wanting to have a conversation. Like, I have my AirPods in, I be looking at my phone, I be talking on the phone, whatever the case may be. But they feel comfortable around me. Strangers feel comfortable coming up, speaking to me, coming up, talking to me. You know what I'm saying? So, and it gets to the point sometimes where it's a little overwhelming. It's a little overwhelming. So let's go back. Let's go back to the first to the first sign. If y'all missed it, 1, you have a strong sense of being. You have a strong sense of purpose, of why you were created. You don't know why you were created. You don't know the purpose that you're supposed to fulfill, but you know that you're supposed to do something big, even if it does not make sense to nobody else. So you know that you want to do these things. You know that you're meant to do something big, but you don't know what yet. And a lot of it starts in childhood, because I know mine personally, it started when I was a kid. Like, I used to just sit sometimes and just think, like, I know I'm supposed to do something. Like, I know I'm just not supposed to live life every day. I know the shit that I'm going through right now is meant to teach me something. So I've been wise before my years, way before I got older, because I always had that sense of being. Like I said, it's in you. It's not on you. You don't have to fake it. You don't have to put on a facade. None of that shit. You just be who you are, and it's going to automatically come out of you. It's authentic. You don't have to fake it. You ain't got to do none of that shit. And then sign number 2, if people just feel comfortable with you and they come up to you, they talk to you, like, some people will tell you their whole motherfucking life story. Like, they just feel like they know you. And it's because you have a certain type of welcoming energy. Like, you welcome people in your energy, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because when you have that type of energy, you attract the wrong shit. But, you know, we'll talk about that a little later in the episode, but you start attracting the wrong shit when you have that type of energy that just draws people in. So be careful with that, because that could be good or it could be very motherfucking bad. However, just be careful with it. Trust me. All right. Sign 3. It's like you have like these weird, unusual ass experiences. Like me, I have like very lucid dreams, and it gets to the point sometimes where I don't do it as much as I used to do it. Like, it used to be to the point where, like, I would talk in my sleep, but it would come out as like shit that I don't like. It's not words. And I have these dreams sometimes where it's so vivid and it's so real. And then the crazy part about some of the dreams that I be having, like, sometimes I'll wake up, I can remember the whole dream, and sometimes I wake up and it's like my memory be washed of the dream. And then I'll be going on maybe a month or 2-3 months later, and I'll, you know, come into like an experience where it's like deja vu, like I done seen this moment before. And I dreamed about the shit before it even happened, which is the weirdest shit. But I've been having them type of dreams since I was a kid. And sleep paralysis is something that I used to suffer with really bad. That's why I don't like to sleep on my back, because I feel like if I sleep on my back, I get stuck. It's some weird shit. I don't know. But a lot of people, spiritual people, tell me that sleep paralysis is a sign that you are very, very powerful on the spiritual realm, because when you go into sleep paralysis, you can't move, whatever the case may be. Your spirit, your soul is leaving your body and traveling to a different timeline, different dimension, whatever the fuck. Which, like I said, that's something that you can dive into. But me personally, it scares the fuck out of me. I don't like it. But it's just something that happens to me. It's like weird ass experiences. I see weird shit, all kind of shit. Like, I have feelings about certain things, certain places that I don't feel comfortable in. I'm very sensitive to energy. I'm very sensitive to other people's energy. Honestly, that's why I don't even like going out no more how I used to go out, because I used to like to go out and party, drink, all of that shit. Now, there's other reasons why I don't do these things anymore, because for one, it's not healthy. 2, I learned a hard lesson. 3, it's because my energy be getting fucked with sometimes, and I ain't really fucking with that. So I feel like I like to keep my little shit to myself. I like waking up on the weekends without a hangover. I like going out during the day, experiencing certain experiences without me sleeping through the day, whatever the case may be. But like I said, when you chosen, whether you want to listen or not and do what you're supposed to be doing, trust me, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, will show your ass better than he or she or it can tell you. Because like I said, I had to learn some lessons the hard way because I knew what I was supposed to be doing. I knew what I was supposed to be carrying out. And it took some things in my life to happen for me to actually get in a mind space where I knew without a doubt exactly what I was supposed to be doing. So sometimes it takes some things. It takes some things for you to, figure out what direction you're supposed to be headed in. But the thing about life is what I tell people. We all doing this life shit for the very first time. Don't beat yourself up. Be patient with yourself. But anyway, let's get back into it. All right, another sign. If you feel like you continue to have challenges in your life, like you on the straight and narrow, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, you're a good person, you helping people, you providing knowledge to people, and then all of a sudden life takes a turn, an unexpected turn. You're not expecting it. And a lot of these things happen to teach you lessons, but to also see if you can come back and start over and re-navigate yourself to the path that you're supposed to be on. Because, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. So if you can't handle these small things in life, you won't be able to handle the big shit that you're asking for. So if you can't maneuver these small hiccups in life, you're not going to be able to maneuver when you get to that level that you are wanting to be at in life. So pay attention when you're going through things, and don't look at it as if I'm always experiencing something, I'm always going through some shit. Look at it as this is a new opportunity for me to learn something new about myself and learn how strong I can be in certain situations. Because when you start viewing yourself in that sense, you come out on the other end and you're stronger than ever. Like, trouble don't last always, trust me. And hey, it's always a brighter day ahead of us. I had to really mentally train myself to think like this. And it's crazy to me because a lot of people tell me that that's easier said than done. But literally, once you start training your mind to be stronger than your situation, to be stronger than your experiences and all of that shit, life gets easier, it gets lighter. So I tell people, it's not that I don't give a fuck. It's just that I don't care about certain things that's not adding value to the life that I want and I'm envisioning in my future. So once I get to that place, I know that I have to, all right, now I done hit this roadblock. Now I done got into this shit. Now I got to figure out where I go from here. So when you're going through challenges in life, that does not mean you're not chosen. That does not mean that you're not called to do something great. What that means is you were chosen to go through these things in life in order for you to experience the shit and teach other people, help other people get through these situations. Everybody is not teachers, and that's fine. But it's some situations that you go through in life that you can easily help somebody else out with, that you can easily give advice on because you done been there, you done did that. A lot of situations that you done been through in your life could have broke you, but you came out stronger on the other side. And other people know if they would have been put in the same exact situations, they wouldn't have made it through, but you made it through. And that tells you everything that you need to know about yourself. The shit that you have inside of you cannot be taken away, cannot be fucked with, can't be played with. So stop doubting yourself. A lot of people doubt themselves once they get to a certain level of consciousness. Understand that the journey is not easy, but it's worth it. Especially if you know that you're supposed to be doing something in life. A lot of people want to just get straight to what they're supposed to be doing and not get processed in the process. You got to go through some shit in order to be able to get through some shit. Because if you just had life easy and everything handed to you, you don't know how it is to actually go out here and help people that's going through real shit in life. You have to be able to connect with people on a certain level for them to feel your pain, feel the shit that you done went through, all of that shit. So I'm basically saying that if you're chosen and you feeling down about, the situations that you in, the situations that you done been through, because a lot of people beat themselves up about shit that they can't control. If you can't control it, let it go. Control the controllable. If you can't control it, maneuver it in a way that's healthy for you to get past it and continue to move forward. That's it. That's all. This shit is easier than a lot of people think it is. It's all about this right here. It's all about your mind. Once you train your mind to be stronger than any situation, Oh yeah, we in there. We in there every time. Every time. Wisdom comes from within. Wisdom can't be taught. A wise person can never fuck with a fool, because they'll never understand their level of consciousness. They'll never understand the way that they think. The mind is different. So if you're talking to a fool and you trying to convince a fool not to be a fool, and you know what's going to happen if they continue down that path and they don't listen to you, you're wasting your breath, your time, and your energy. So you have to have discernment in certain situations to know when to stop, when to go, and when to go around. So being wise is another sign to know if you're a chosen one. Like, wisdom is something that a lot of people don't fucking have, because everybody is living in this fantasy ass world. Everybody living in a world where they think that, oh, well, if I go out and do these things, I work for the rest of my life, I pay my bills, I'm going to live happily ever after. Maybe that's somebody's story, but it ain't mine. You know, like, I feel like I was meant to do something, and no matter what I do, everything draws me back to the drawing board, exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So, like I said, when you're called to do something, you're chosen to do something, whatever that may be, when you walking in your purpose and doing exactly what you know that you're supposed to be doing, once you have identified your purpose through the healing journey, because the healing journey and the spiritual journey is very closely connected. And honestly, once you start healing, that's when you get thrown into your spiritual journey. A lot of people don't even realize that, like, that's when you begin to see these signs and synchronicities, all these shits that's like basically telling you that you're on the right path and you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing at the exact time that you're supposed to be doing it at. So if you're going through some things in life right now and you think that everything is falling apart, just understand that you're being processed. Chosen, oh yeah, it's a good title to hold, but it's a tough one to maintain, because your mind has to be stronger than your situations or you're going to buckle. And you don't want to buckle at any sign of like confusion. You have to be stronger than your situation. So that's what I'm trying to teach people. Like, your mind controls everything that happens in your life. So if you know you're supposed to be doing something, then get your mind right in order to go get the things that you want in life. And don't follow behind the crowd, because you was never meant to fit in with them. Yeah, you was never meant to fit in with them. You was never meant to be a part of that foolishness that they are part. That's why you ain't never fit in with nobody. Because me personally, I ain't never fit in with nobody. I used to force myself to fit in situations where I knew I was uncomfortable in. And that's how I got in fucked up situations. I didn't fit in these places, but I forced myself to fit because I felt a sense of belonging at the time, not knowing that I was never supposed to fit. I was supposed to stand out. So now I embrace the fact that I'm like no one else. I'm myself. And if I don't resonate with you or your energy, and your energy don't resonate with me, then you're not my people and I'm not yours, and that's cool. Life goes the fuck on. Simple, easy. I don't force myself to fit where I don't fit. And that was the last sign. Listen, if you know exactly that you don't fit in and you try to fit places and you don't, that's cool. You ain't supposed to. You was never meant to. You will find the people that's for you when you get on that correct frequency in life. When you heal yourself, you grow yourself. Like me, I use this slogan, healing and not healed, because I'm healing. Every day I try to pivot from toxic traits. I try to pivot in the direction of healthy, because I know the life that I want to live one day. And if I keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, I'm basically driving myself insane, because that's the definition of insanity. So wake up today and do something different for yourself, and understand, just because you're a chosen one, that does not mean that you won't go through shit in life. That does not mean that you're going to have everything gravy and given to you. None of that shit. That mean, honestly, that you're going to go through some shit in order for you to learn from some shit to get to where you need to be in life. Because once you identify your purpose, everything will fall in line. But I'm not going to sit here and say the journey is going to be easy once your purpose is identified, because you're going to have to work for it. Faith without work is dead. So you can manifest and pray all day, but if you ain't going out here putting in the work to get to where you want to be in life, and just using that slogan as a chosen one to think it's going to get you indoors, baby, that ain't how the fuck that work. You going to have to make the world know who you are, because nobody know you. Nobody knows your name. But one day, listen, one day, everybody going to know who the fuck you are. And I bet you, those people who doubted you, those people who told you you ain't going to be shit, them going to be the same people with their hand out asking for help. But that's when you got to have some type of discernment in situations to see, am I going to go back and repeat the same patterns with the same people and expect a different result? And I already know what's going to happen. These people already done showed me their hand. So be careful, chosen ones, because your energy is valuable. You don't lend it to anybody. You don't put yourself in situations where you feel uncomfortable, and you don't go places where you know that's not for you. All right, y'all. And that's it for today's episode of Key Intuitive Mind Podcast. And if you have not yet shopped the spiritual t-shirt brand, We Are the Future Now, go head over to wearethefuturenow.com and get your spiritual brand hoodies and t-shirts. And until next time, peace and love, peace and blessings. Have a good day.